Welcome back to Sunrise Daily. We'll continue our look at the situation in southern Kaduna. We're being joined by a former chairman, Southern Kaduna People's Union Lagos branch, who's also an indigenous of southern Kaduna, Dr. Isuwa Dogo. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, before you came in, your brother, Auta Maisamari, who's a member of the Southern Kaduna People's Union, made a statement, and I thought we should take it up from them. He said, for the over 50 years he's lived, that God has allowed him to live, that the people of Southern Kaduna have lived peaceably together, regardless of their religion. What's your take?
He is absolutely right. I was at home during the Christmas for about 2 weeks. I have Fulani people that stay not too far away from where I lived.
Where do you live?
Kwai. That is my hometown. That is Kwai in Kaduna. From Kwai to Kafanchan is just about 30 kilometers. These people, there is no time I go home, I don't see them. They visit me, and this Christmas they visited me, and I gave them Christmas collar. The women brought their nono and huda, and I bought it, and I gave them Christmas collar. And so what he is saying is completely right. And I can go further to say that on the 2nd of April, Wednesday precisely in this very place, 2014, I did not mince words when I said that those killing us are no Fulani herdsmen. The Fulani herdsmen are being used. And I stand to be corrected. And I know time will prove me right.
So
that those who are killing us are no Fulani herdsmen. The Fulani herdsmen are being used as a cover for a planned annihilation and complete destruction, or let's say to wipe out the southern Kaduna people. It's a planned jihad to wipe out the southern Kaduna people.
Dr.
The Fulani herdsmen.
You're using very strong words.
I am using it, and I can stand on Mount Kilimanjaro on top of Mount Everest to say it.
What evidence do you have?
It is not an issue. I can give you the evidence by simple logic. A Fulani herdsman does not sell his cow except on medication and food. An AK-47 costs almost 400,000. It means a Fulani herdsman will sell about 4 to 8 cows to buy one AK-47. Which Fulani herdsman will do that? Now I want to ask you, if they are Fulani herdsmen, where are their wives and children? Do they move around and come to attack and do that? If they are Fulani herdsmen, where are the cattle? When they went to Enugu and all other places, where were the cattle? Did you see them? Do cattle have feathers? Can they fly? And if they attack and kill people, the cattle fly away and disappear? Is that correct? I'm asking you these questions. So are they Fulani herdsmen? The Fulani herdsmen are being used. An average Fulani man is simplistic, honest, and straight to the point. Yes, if you hurt him, he will retaliate. He will revenge. He will seek that. But to even use an AK-47, you have to be trained. As you are, if you take an AK-47, you attend using it, it can knock you to death and knock you out. Ask any military man. So where do they train to use the AK-47? Where do they get the ammunition? The Fulani man will go out to buy an AK-47 just to come and kill me, and those we have lived together for more than over 60, and we have some that have stayed there for more than that, and they are still there till tomorrow. In fact, this my going, I went and passed their places, and they will simply say, Aboki, how are you? We talk, we laugh, and they want to come and see me. I sit down in my little garden and under the shade, and we talk, and we give them anything you bring from the city. They are more than happy to take it. I thought those are Fulani herdsmen that come out with the AK-47. It is not Fulani herdsmen. The Fulani herdsmen are being used as a cover, and there is a theory of conspiracy. There is a conspiracy to wipe out southern Kaduna people. Okay. And these people, they know themselves. And they know that as time goes on, God is going to reveal them, and God is going to take action against them. Oh, and I gave you the date because some people will say, oh, 2016. I'm saying 2014, Wednesday, 2nd April, 2014 here, we discussed the same thing.
I remember.
I still remember very vividly. I called the special assistant to the governor of Benue State, and I said, look, there is a calamity that will befall the Middle Belt, and therefore talk to your governor. Let him talk to others. I can give you his name, and you call him and bring him here and let him deny that I didn't say that. He's a good friend of mine, Dr. Akwaya. I'm saying it publicly. I hope he's listening. And I said, look, this thing will not stop in southern Kaduna. It is going beyond it. And it has happened.
You say it's a planned jihad. There's this other theory that's being put out there that there are some people who are trying to make Kaduna ungovernable, because Kaduna has always had its socio-economic, ethno-religious peculiarities, and so they want to thrive on that to make it ungovernable.
If you are a student of history, I don't know how old you are now, but religious crisis started in Kaduna a long time ago. As far back as 1987, we can count more than about 200 religious crises in Kaduna. Are all these crises trying to make Kaduna State ungovernable? And is it the same thing they are trying to make Nasarawa, or trying to make Benue, or trying to make Taraba ungovernable, or Plateau ungovernable? It's the same elements. So to remove it is simply too simplistic in thinking. And you can see there is one very unfortunate thing. What I will say is a global shame. That Nigeria, with all its past leaders and present, there is that conspiracy of silence that beats my wildest imagination, that our past leaders, present leaders, have been unable to come out and stand on the path of truth and tell the world exactly what it is and stop it. Nigerian military and police and all whatnot have gone to all the peace missions in the world, and they have excelled and have been the best. And yet they will tell us that they cannot stop the carnage, the complete annihilation plan of southern Kaduna people, which I tell you, in Jesus' name, will never happen. And I want to say...
What do you think should be the solution?
The solution?
Yes. Because you've talked about that this has been there since 1987.
Yes,
been
but
there for a long time.
This dimension, the dimension of what has been taking place now,
yes,
isn't it? As far back as 2014, which I have mentioned the date. You know,
if we go back a bit from the 1980s, when this crisis all began, to this dimension you're talking about now that began in 2014, according to your analogy, what would you think, or what should we be doing to end this crisis so that it doesn't get out of hand?
It's already getting out of hand. I hope it
doesn't go beyond this.
Exactly. There must be absolute sincerity of purpose by the present leadership in the country. And when I talk of sincerity of purpose, I'm not talking of governor of Kaduna State. I'm talking at the federal level. And when I talk of the federal level, I was more than glad or delighted yesterday that the president said he has given the go-ahead to establish 2 battalions. In this very program, I made that suggestion that time, that we do not need 2 battalions, we need a brigade. We need a brigade there, and we need an Air Force base in southern Kaduna. The brigade could be located in one side, the Air Force base in another. I also recommend that that school, or whatever it was, that was in Kachia, taken to Kwantagora by Babangida, be returned to Kachia, because there was no justification for removing it, and it should be returned there. That is one. 2, we must sit down and discuss the issues honestly. They must come out and tell the world the truth about what is happening, because I am sorry to say, I find it so difficult to understand what the intelligence community is doing in Nigeria. Are they sleeping? Is it practically possible to say that, look, there is no intelligence to tell us what is happening, where these people come from, who are the sponsors, who are the financiers, who supply them the arms, who give them food and all whatnot? It is alleged in many of those places that helicopters come in the night to drop arms and food for them. Where do the helicopters take off from? Where do they return to? It was alleged that boats were carrying so-called herdsmen from Nasarawa across to Benue, through the river Benue, to commit these atrocities. It is sad that we are making Nigeria a global disgrace. That is the truth. And so we must sit down and tackle the issue. Anybody who thinks he's going to profit from it is simply joking, because it will not happen. You see, there will be no complete annihilation of southern Kaduna people by the special grace of God. It will not happen. And when you plan a sort of Rwanda or a genocide, you are playing with fire. Nigeria has already passed that level whereby we sit down and we keep on lamenting and we tell ourselves, we sit in our comfort zones and assume that it will not reach us.
And what you're saying now, everything that's going on in southern Kaduna, you're saying it's coming from the outside.
No, I didn't say it's coming from the outside only.